review in case we have out-of-town travelers that are presenting. Oh yes, I'm sorry, we'll take a roll call and then we'll go to the agenda review. I'll start with you, Debbie. Jay Correia.
Brock Alexander.
James Moppo.
Russell Holmes.
And we have 8 members right now, and there's 5 present, so that is a quorum. The agenda review is not needed today, I don't believe. So I'll cross that item off and go on to item number 3. Approval of the minutes for January 13, 2015.
May I make a public comment on the establishment of quorum item on the agenda?
No, you can save it for the public comments portion of the agenda. Our council has told us we don't need to take public comment on the routine business of the commission. But there will be a time for you to comment on anything that you would like to, and that'll be on item 9, public comments, so you won't be denied to talk on any item that you would like to.
After action votes are made or before?
Motion to approve the minutes.
We have a motion to approve the
I'll
minutes.
second that motion.
And we have a second.
Excuse me?
All those in favor of approving the minutes from the last meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention?
Abstention.
1 abstention?
Excuse me, are you still complying with Brown Act,
Yeah.
sir? Mr. Correa?
Chairman, we need to continue on with our business. There seems to be some noise from the audience.
Martha, it's the same thing every meeting, and we don't want to hear it, really, because it's irrelevant. Our council tells us that we are in the right on our minutes and treasurer's report and quorum.
Okay, so,
Hear your contrarian comments.
excuse me, as per Brown Act, the public is allowed to make comment on any item that is listed on the agenda, and I would like to make comment on your listings.
Just one month.
Yeah, okay. Item number 4, treasurer's report.
So you're just refusing me, right? Refusing my,
So you're interrupting.
Yeah, please quit interrupting.
Interrupting the meeting. So you should have before you our normal balance sheets and profit and loss sheets that are pretty self-explanatory. We currently, as of today, have a balance of $14,592.82 in the bank. Questions?
Could you repeat that figure again, please?
$14,592.82. And I'll get to B in a moment once we approve the treasurer's report. There are 2 separate items here.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the treasurer's report. I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve the monthly treasurer's report. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Treasurer's report is approved.
The second action under my treasurer's report is B, which is the application of monthly late fees to late delinquent assessments. Historically, from what I understand, there used to be a rate charge applied to the assessments that were late. We institute that because it's clearly stated in bylaws that we can do that. And it would be 10% or $6 for residential, $12 for a commercial building. There's also interest to be charged, and I believe that's per year, but I'm going to be looking into that to see if that can be applied more expeditiously month by month. So, but this is, and I will make that announcement to the various property owners in my next sending out of assessments due. So that communication will be included with that.
And these are all items that are, this provision's already in the CC.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
perfect.
it's right there, it says we.
Does it lay out the percentage and
Well,
timeframe?
I can answer that for you, Rob.
I have it
They,
here too.
well, any assessment not paid within 30 days after the due date shall bear interest from the due date at the rate of 10% per annum. And that's just, that's an annual,
So every 30 days it goes up 10%. Is that right?
well, it's per annum, and I would actually ask the accountant how that works.
Yeah.
But that's separate from the late fee that James is talking about. A month, you can, we can, the association may determine a levy to levy a late charge not to exceed $50 per month. So that is separate from the 10% charge per annum. And how that's calculated, I wouldn't know. I would ask our accountant.
If I could take a step, I believe it's per year, per annum is per
Yeah.
year. So 10% would be, if it was $1,000 late fee, you couldn't charge more than $100 in interest, according to our CCNRs. But we're allowed to charge by the month up to $50 late fee per month.
Right.
But in this case, I understand you're choosing $10.
Well, it's going to be $6. Right now it's 10%. But if that proves to be ineffective and we still are getting late,
$6.
late assessments being paid, or assessments being paid late, I should say, then I will look at increasing that money to the penalty, that late fee, so that maybe we can get them to pay even right on time. I mean, I'm going to really emphasize that the idea is it's a simple thing to pay on time. And by paying on time, then I won't have to use postage to send out delinquent notices, any of that. It just makes it so much easier, it makes it fair.
Okay.
So your request is 6%.
No,
I mean,
I'm saying
even
is
a
that
question.
as the treasurer, I'm going to reinstitute, at this point, 10% of either commercial or 10% of the residential assessment.
So you're informing the board
I'm
on
simply
your
informing the board
action
that
as the treasurer.
this
Okay.
is what I'm supposed to be doing.
And it's all within our CCNRs and bylaws.
So it's right here.
Nothing to be approved by.
Section there,
0.6.
I thought there was something by the 15th or something.
Well, that's
Before
when
that
you're,
kicked in.
well, that's
I
when you're
remember
late.
that. Yeah,
So
say
if
you're late,
if you're late on the 16th, you're late.
you're late for that month and then you're charged.
Right.
That doesn't kick in until the 16th, right?
It doesn't kick in until you're late.
Well, 30 day.
30 days. Was it 30 days or? Because I remember there
It
was
would
a
appear after 30 days of the
Okay.
due date. And the due date, well, I guess you're late on the 15th, on the 16th, the due date is the 1st.
Right.
Interesting. I mean, I'm sure James will review it exactly.
Yeah.
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 You know, if it needs to be adjusted, assessment shall be due and payable within 15 days of the assessment when the assessment is levied.
Okay,
if they're
so-
levied on the 1st,
they're late by the 16th, they get the
due on the
10%.
15th, then they're due, then on the 16th, they get nailed by a late fee.
That's because we're giving them a grace period of 15 days.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
exactly.
usually how mortgage companies do it.
Sure,
Sure,
Okay.
very common.
Yeah, it's very fair.
Maybe.
I'd like to, oh, go ahead.
You're on to you.
Ms. Irene joined us a few minutes ago. Hi, welcome.
I've noted it within the.
Okay, since that item's a little bit outside of the monthly regular business, I'm gonna ask for a comment from the public. Is
You
that-
are going to allow
that
me
you-
to speak. I thought you said I wasn't allowed to speak until the
If
end
you
of
would,
the meeting.
if you were listening, I just said because it's outside of our monthly
Right.
routine order of business, I would take a comment. So
On this item.
you've already wasted my time. Are you gonna make a comment or not?
Sure.
Okay. You have 3 minutes.
On this item.
First
On
of
this
all-
item, yes.
Okay.
I didn't bring a tiny device, so.
First of all, Mr. Correia, I don't appreciate your verbal admonishments of me publicly at every meeting that you hold. I think that you're very disrespectful to myself and other people of the public who come, who are a part of this community.
Thank you for your comments.
You're welcome. Once a month, you come here for a couple of hours. We live in the community. We would appreciate you representing, and please wipe the smirk off your face. It's not funny.
Yeah, I agree. This is, you know what, just as you said, like, this has nothing to do with the item on the agenda. Either speak to the item on the agenda or sit down, because you're
Okay.
interrupting the meeting otherwise.
The item on the agenda being your late assessment charges.
Yes.
First of all, my husband and I feel that the Locke Management Association Board of Directors is an illegal entity, and so we ask,
Okay, and I'm supposed to take this meeting seriously. Okay, go on.
you have several board of directors who are in business together, two board of directors.
No, really, this is irrelevant.
We.
It's not irrelevant whatsoever.
We have a legal standing from the county, we have a legal standing of our body, of our CCNRs. There's nothing that we are doing that is not legal. So that's not a question here.
Speak to the issue.
Yes, speak to the issue, please.
Speak to the issue, please.
And you're-
Contact my lawyer, please, with any late charge assertions you have, and my husband's lawyer, too. You have their addresses. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
And we would like,
Wait, I thought you were done.
excuse me, no, we need to serve you folks, but you don't have a physical address listed for service. Can you give us the physical address for the Locke Management Association? Where to have papers served to?
I don't know what.
The Locke Management
PO Box
Association.
888. I don't
That, we can't serve a post office.
Well,
That's not a physical address for
I'll try to find out.
service.
What that would be, but that, what's that have to do with the late
Yeah, higher,
charges?
yes, again, you're.
Because we dispute this.
Okay, you're
And we
interrupting-
dispute the
you're interrupting
legality
the
of
meeting
your
at this
board.
point. Please sit down.
You called on me. I'm not interrupting
But
the
you're not
meeting.
talking to the item. Thank you.
Yes, I was.
Item number 6, old business.
Oh, Mr. Hyder's in the audience and he has raised his hand.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
Oh, good.
Something with the late fee.
Yeah, I have a short comment. I think 10% is very reasonable. I mean, I see it on bills. I do think it'd be good to send maybe a notice, like when you're gonna start, like maybe the statement before, just so people know. That
Good
always
idea.
Helps.
Give
So
them-
we know, hey, the late fees gonna start next time, 10%. You know,
That's a good.
that's
Good idea.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. Item 6, old business. A, review action, progress and approval of Locke Foundation landscaping and historic marker at common area lot number 159, including requests for construction of fencing on north boundary and ground cover.
I did include a packet, well, 2 pages from Stuart Walpole. I believe, Rob, you were,
Yeah, I can go through it a little bit. It kind of breaks it down. This is Stuart providing this, the current status.
Took all the agendas.
She took a concrete removal, old bench removal, cost of $100. Proposed action items, ground leveling of lot 159, mulch placed at the ground cover of lot 159, purchase 4 decorative half barrels, including soil and plants of the barrels, and a 75
inch guardrails.
Foot.
Foot. Construction of the fence approximately 22 feet, continued to the existing bordering the northern boundary of lot 159 and ending at the line parallel to the front. It's on the
There's a map here.
map. The Funhop building shows as a survey plot map with fencing continuing to include. There's a breakdown of estimated costs that you can look there. And all the things that were just discussed, the total.
And the costs, as we had previously approved, were going to be paid for by the foundation.
Yes. So Dave Kapla will further level the park ground, deliver and spread the mulch, purchase and deliver half barrels. Purchasing, planting soil and plants of the for the barrels. Mulch will be reddish in color as per park design committee. Locke resident Mark will construct the fence. It will be the same design as the existing fence. There will be no changes in the boundary for easement. Mark will level the ground where necessary. Temporary water supply to the park. Vegetation will come from the water hose. This is to be stressed to just be for the event, just to make it look nice. There will be within a month, there'll be a public meeting where they will present the permanent design for the area. So this is nothing to be permanent. This is just because we've got the event coming up, trying to lay some ground cover, level, make it look nice, just clean up. So within a month, those that care or concerned about the actual design, that's when they'll post a date, and then all can come in and give their opinion, and eventually when a design is compromised on or agreed upon, it will be presented to the board. ASTA, there's many people involved up at the top. You can see the committee. ASTA and myself will plan some designs.
Cool. Well, I'd like to move that we approve the building of the fence, the spreading of the mulch, and the allowing the barrels with the plants in time for the May 9th event. Go ahead.
I'll second that.
Excuse me, public comment?
Okay, and we have a motion and a second, and before the board votes, we'll take public comment. Yes?
I am the property
Please
owner.
approach the podium, please, so you don't cross the room.
I am the property owner that directly neighbors both sides of lot 159. Perhaps you should confer with myself and my husband before you build a fence along our property line. Also, the Locke Management Association or the Locke Foundation, not sure who it was, hired a backhoe driver to drive over our property, over our delicate water line on March 21st and 22nd. They cut it at an approximated property line. The surveyor, Chris Klima, told me by telephone that he had not established the final marking points yet, and that an accurate property line could not be determined at that point. You removed, most importantly, you removed the ADA access to my 1265 Levy Road property. 2 years ago, I built a wheelchair access to my commercial property there. And the Locke Management Association or the Locke Foundation, whoever it was with their backhoe, removed the accessible access for wheelchair people, handicapped people. And that needs to be replaced immediately because they can't drive their wheelchairs through mud. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Okay, we have a motion and a second on the table.
I'd like to make one clarification.
Oh,
public comment?